Good. Sorry, took a while. I was just running away. And then I read the message. So 5 minutes. I would like to share with you this improvised talk on GrimoireLab. So GrimoireLab is open source tools and software to analyze open source projects. And then how it works, basically think of this in three main areas. The very first one is basically about the data gathering, retrieving data from any of the existing open source repositories you may think of, GitHub, GitLab, Atlassian Stack, Slack messages, mailing list. So there are 30 plus different data sources that are supported. And then through as you can see in the second column, through a certain enrichment process, what you are having is you are transforming data into something more meaningful, basically to the software development side. So we can think later of what software development means specifically. You can use this data to understand and learn what's going on in your company, in your open source project, internally in your corporation. So that depends on you. This is open source. This is a Linux Foundation project. It's part of the CHAOSS community. That stands for Community Health Analytics for open source software. And then at the very end, there is a database capabilities and visualization based on OpenSearch. So a bit of the architecture, which is basically what I was defining. On the left, you can see all the different data sources, Git repositories, and so on. Right in the middle, and this is perhaps one of the most important things, just to take care of the personal data and personal identifications, there is a tool called Sorting Hat. Sorting Hat is taking care of the identities, affiliations, merge of all of these identities, and taking care of these over the years, basically. So this place where you will be creating the data in somehow. And then basically through an extraction process with Perceval, this will be stored in a database, in this case OpenSearch, although we are still using the logo of Elasticsearch, as you can see. And then there is an enriched process of all of this data to make sense of this. So there are 30 plus different data sources already part of the analysis that you can analyze. And then there are 70 plus different dashboards out of the box that you can consume for DevRel, for developer experience, for inner source, for open source, for DevOps, for Agile. So you choose. Yeah, GrimoireLab and OpenSearch, those are working together really closely. There is alerting system, anomaly detection, multi-tenancy, all of this by OpenSearch by default. Then extras by GrimoireLab, building a network analysis, dot charts, navigation menu, a login page. So there are some things that we are doing together. By the way, OpenSearchCon is the next few months at some point. So the tool, just to build some trust here, I have 2 minutes. This is based on research, so we are coming from academia. So there are some academic references in the case you are interested. Some of you are students, so it might be relevant for you. On the right, this is trusted by the industry. We cannot show some of the customers of Vitoria in this case, but specifically for GrimoireLab, these are some of the areas where people have been using the technology consistently, from banking, telco, health, and other verticals, and then to specific roles as evangelist, community manager. Even the technology have been used for merger and acquisition to do some due diligence process. So there is a whole bunch of context where you can contextualize this data into something meaningful to you. So some examples: OSS Compass from Huawei, Linux Foundation Insights, the Document Foundation. So some of them are building on top of this existing technology. So you can use this. And where to start? So if you would like to join the community, so please go to chaos.community. And then the usual hints that are available in all communities. So you have the README file, you have the files to install, to build the project, and then you have the contributing guidelines. So feel free to join the community, say hello. We are working mainly in Slack channels for communication. So this is all for free. This is it. By the way, CHAOSS started in 2017, but the technology GrimoireLab has been running for a few more years. So we have started all of these development analytics at the university like in 2004 or so. So we've been running for 2 decades now, getting old. Yeah, how to contribute. These are, you don't have to read all of these. These are all of the components. They can run in an isolated way. So you can take Sorting Hat to take care of your private data identification IDs. Doesn't matter if you want to run this in an isolated way from the tool. Same with Perceval and some others. So feel free to go there. definitely, or the reason why we are doing all of this is at the end of the journey, you need data to make decisions, right? And the point here is without data, you are just another person with an opinion. So sometimes you may have the perception that something is running a certain way, and then you realize that data is telling you, no, that's not the way. So yeah, we need data to make certain decisions, right? And real life example, just to show you, and then I finish, I'm done. So this is an example with Red Hat and Vitergia that we were running in the past. So this is the CNCF ecosystem a few years ago. Each of the dots, the small dots that you can see here, is a developer. Okay, there is a connection if this developer produced something, a commit, basically a change of code in the project. So then that's why we have this big store in Kubernetes. But then there are others. All of this in the middle basically means that there are developers that are participating in more than one project. So basically, all this chaos that you can see here in the middle, this is the beauty of open source. This is what collaboration means in reality, in real life. So this is what we all should be doing, right? Collaborate across different projects, because this is where basically the power of open source relies. Last but not least, you can use, for instance, Mozilla Community Foundation. We partnered with them in the past, so you can download the report.mozilla.community, where you can have a full understanding and analytics about the whole ecosystem, which is not only about producing code, documentation, translation, so there are many things. And this is it. So, yeah, Miss Harry, all yours. Thank you for your time.